Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And why are we starting with an Eight of Swords? This is a card of complexity. This is a card of overthinking. I feel like you're somebody who maybe overdoes the logical thinking when there is an emotion that we're trying to kind of like contain, right? Or even not avoid, but like we're trying to limit its influence, and so we get overly logical. Now, I'm a solar Cancer, okay? This is sometimes a fear loop. Sometimes it's a mental trap. It's a rumination. It's a figure eight. It's a thought process that just keeps looping back in on the same things. And we've got to break the loop, okay? We're not trapped. We may be overwhelmed, but we're not stuck. This can be sometimes a helpless card, where we just feel like, I've been thinking about this problem for days. I feel helpless. There's no way out. We just keep running the numbers, right? Same calculations, I get the same number. Keep crunching the numbers, same result out the other end. We don't keep crunching them. We need some other data. We need something else, you know? Let's put this into a little bit of context, okay? Let's see what's going on for you. Ooh, you got a Devil card. Okay. We have a Queen of Cups, Two of Pentacles, a Princess of Wands, and the Star. Look at that. Yes. Very cool. The Capricorn energy is the opposite of the Cancer energy. Okay? So this is our opposite sign. And right now, Spirit's telling us that we need to use our goat energy. We need to use our driving desire, our motivated, creative force to get up this mountain. Thinking about it isn't going to help us. We need to stop. It's kind of like we need to stop thinking. Turn the mind off and just let the goat go. The goat is tangled up in the chain link fence. Okay? And of course, here we have the Eight of Swords that's on top of the Queen of Cups, right? All this emotional energy. What we want is just fire. Let's just be the fire dancer. Let's dance with the tiger. Let's take the risk. Let's do it. We don't need a plan. We don't need any kind of certainty. Right? The Devil is kind of like the opposite of being helpless. Yeah? We have over here the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Oh, ho, ho. 3, 6, 9 of Pentacles. Look at that. Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. But we need the commitment of the Lover's card. We need to say, heck yes, 1,000% to this path. And we do the work, we succeed, and we're getting further on down the road. We're getting up the mountain. This is us succeeding at life. Okay? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Mr. Ed, our tiny horse, of course, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below the video. Okay? Now let's look around the room, because what we see is 1, 2, 3 majors. We've got a little bit of fire. It's a spark. It's a spark, but that's what we need. A spark is going to create a raging inferno for us, okay? We need to invoke that spark. We need our flint, right? We need our flint and steel, and we got to make that spark. We've got a little bit of water. We don't have much air except for that. The heart and the mind right here are kind of dealing with some issues. And then we've got earth and earth and earth and earth. The devil card is even some earth energy. The star card is some air energy, by the way. It's kind of a water and air, right? Aquarius energy. It's an air sign, but Aquarius, it's the water bearer. So it has an interesting connection with our heart and our mind. It represents a clear mind and a pure heart, which is exactly what we don't feel here. Taking action, getting on the goat here, and taking action boldly, creatively, fiercely, is going to lead to the clarity of our heart and mind. The clarity in your heart and mind doesn't come first. It comes because we decide to take action. Confidence comes after courage, in other words, right? Clarity comes after doing the bold thing, even if we're confused, even if we don't know the answer. Even if we're not even sure how we feel about anything, we're going to do the courageous thing. We will get the confirmation. We will get the clarity of our heart and mind afterwards. Just like you start with a little spark and it turns into a big inferno of confidence and power. Yeah? A new level of confidence and power. Anyway, we're starting with the Eight of Swords and that interference. The mind is interfering with this path. Okay, but you're not trapped or overwhelmed. We got to choose the small, doable action right now in order to create some movement. We face the fear and it shrinks away. Okay, we shift our state. We shift our focus. We take the horns of the goat out of the chain link fence, and we just start doing something. Okay, we take action. That's going to then clear up our mind and purify our heart. We're going to get that star card. Okay? So this is like, it's not really an external problem. It's too much complexity. We're overthinking it. We've thought ourselves into a box, into a trap, into a loop, into a limited thing. We're tangled up in Christmas lights, you know? We've made too much complexity. This is the analysis paralysis, okay? And really the only way out of that is with our devil card, is using our willpower to get our goat untangled from the chain link fence and start climbing this mountain. And maybe right now it's well, especially because the Lover's card is over here and the Eight of Swords is here, that we need to start taking action now before we even make the commitment, right? Before we get the clarity, because maybe this is saying, I just don't know if I should, I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I'm ready to say heck yes 1,000%. Well, how do we find out? How do we solve that problem? Well, let's do the thing first. Let's try it. Let's experiment with it. Let's light that fire and see. And what I think is going to happen is that you start taking action and you get the clarity in your heart and mind. You realize that this is your destiny. And then you're able to say, I want to do it 1,000%. It's kind of like, you know, before you sign up for the class and you pay the money full time, you go take one class or two. You know, before you sign up, before you commit to a year of jiu-jitsu, go take the one free class, you know, like they're offering over at Cato Jiu-Jitsu where I go. Mankato, Minnesota. Go take the one class and see if you like it, and then you commit your life to it. So we got to start with this devil card. This is your desire. This is your creative power. It's your sovereignty. Okay? This is your drive. And you've got to summon this motivation. Your task right now is to find the desire for this and let that energy lead you. Direct your desire. Don't overthink it. We don't want to tangle up our base creative, motivational, the human driving force, the engine of the car. Doesn't need a complex system right now. You don't need to figure everything out. It's got to be basic and simple. Okay? This is that desire, and your drive is not the enemy. This is the flint and the steel that's lighting that fire. And it is by that fire that your path is becoming real, that your success is becoming real. The goat is trying to climb the mountain. The goat is that creative force that is bringing something down to the material plane. The goat is the only thing that's going to get all this earth energy building up 3, 6, 9. This is your creative and generative drive. Your desire to create something beyond ego. This is your pleasure drive. Your desire to create something that feels good, it feels rewarding. And it's your sovereign drive. It's your desire to create something just for the heck of it. Just because you can. Just to sort of like to justify you taking up space in the world, you know? Just because you have this sovereignty. This it's kind of the aggressive drive, right? But it's that independent, sovereign, assertive drive. And this is what we need right now. This is a hunger. This is something that's calling you with urgency and with desire. There's heat here. The devil card is Capricorn, and Capricorn to me is just like the flint and the steel. And doing this, it's the flint black goat, you know, that is just like every step it takes is like creating these sparks. And we need that right now. So we have to get out of our overthinking mind and just do the thing. Let that goat out and just like, you know, give it a little nudge and up the mountain it goes. Yeah. And I think that's going to help us to kind of get into the mood here and make that decision. To decide. I think first we have to try. First we have to get out there. We have to get out of ourselves a little bit. We have to get up. We get a little bit of courage to go and experiment. To go and give it a test run kind of thing. Yeah. Under the surface, you have your emotional energy. This is all the water we have in the reading, and it's the Queen of Cups. This is emotional wisdom. This is compassion. This is self-compassion. Okay? This is you being, you know, a bit sensitive. And this is you really like, you know, not wanting to do anything that's going to put your emotional well-being at risk. Okay? So this is, you know, this is risk. This is risk aversion. Okay? So we're trying to protect ourselves. And I think that this knowledge that you have of yourself is very important. But sometimes this prevents us from really going after what we truly desire. So when these two work together, it's the mind trying to find a reason not to expose the heart to heartbreak. Not expose ourselves to risk. I don't want to put myself out there because, well, if I'm honest, it's because I'm kind of nervous. I'm scared because I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be let down. I don't want to fail. Okay. And then the Eight of Swords is kind of like making up some reasons. It's like that Seinfeld episode where he had a pad of paper with a bunch of excuses written down of why he couldn't go out with somebody or whatever. I forget exactly what it was. But he had a list of excuses. So every time they called, like he didn't want to hang out with one of his friends or something. So he had a list. And that's the Eight of Swords. It's all these excuses that we make. Whenever something inside of us is trying to call us, right, call us to go take some action, we've got a list of excuses that we say, oh, I can't today because of this. I'm too busy this day. I'm sick that day. Or I've got to wash the dog. I've got to, hang up the newspapers or something. There's always a reason not to do something. Yeah. And it's not because you don't want to do it. I think it's because there's something that's kind of like, there's something we're nervous about or something we're scared about. Or it's maybe even we don't realize we're doing that. And it's very often the Eight of Swords is not a conscious thing. It could be there's something from the past that we have experienced that now has made us a little bit less willing to take a risk. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going here. We've got a Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is change. Okay? Two of Pentacles is a step in the right direction. Yeah. The Two of Pentacles, though, is this card of change and adaptation and flow. And the reason why we have it here is because I think that, like, we're a little bit unsure about how we're going to handle change, how we're going to be able to adapt and respond to these new activities, new movements in our lives, right? That how we can maintain balance if we shift our world. I think there's something that you need to choose to do. Okay? This is but it's something that's going to be different than what you are usually doing, right? It's kind of, there's something inside of you that is feeling pulled to a new routine or a new activity or something, right? Your life is changing. And I think that there's part of you that's resisting that change. But it's like that goat, that creative part of you, that drive in you, is getting too tangled up in that chain link fence, and it can't move forward. It can't take the necessary steps. Okay? So we're resisting kind of going with the flow or adapting to this new thing. It's like you want to start the jiu-jitsu classes, but you know that it's going to be different. It's going to be weird at first. Like, your life is changing. Your routine, the what you normally do on that Monday night is going to be different now. And so there's this hesitation. There's a clinging to the rhythm or the routine that is expected. We like the predictability. This is something unexpected. This is now, life is going to be different. I'm being asked, and I feel like it's something that's summoning you from inside, right? You're being summoned. It's the star, really. It's it's your destiny. You're being called to this new life, and that it's going to cause some shift in your patterns and your habits. It's going to be change. But you are able to adapt. And you're going to have to make adjustments. Okay? Things are going to be reorganized, reordered. Your flow is going to be a little bit different. Your routine is going to be different, but you can adapt. Okay? You're moving with life. You're going to ride this wave. You got to be flexible. You got to keep your balance. The one thing, the goat is very good at balance. The goat can climb up, it's the mountain goat, it can climb up the really steep mountains effortlessly. Effortlessly. Okay? We're hesitating. There's this kind of mental, emotional resistance to something. But you know that it's something that you really, truly need to do and want to do. I feel like your destiny is calling. And you're going to free the goat. Yeah, you're going to free the goat. What we have with the Princess of Wands here is that kind of curiosity. Something is awakening in you. This is a new passion. It's ready to be explored. You're ready to dance. You're ready to dance with the tiger. You're ready to be the fire dancer, right? This is energy that feels fresh, feels vital. It lights you up. Try the new thing, right? This card is all about experimentation. It's a new hobby. It's a new place. Maybe it's having a conversation. It doesn't have to be like you're going to commit to something long term and, oh my gosh, it's a huge deal. No, it's just saying go on one date. Go take one class, one free jiu-jitsu lesson. It doesn't have to be a long-term commitment. Okay? Don't overplan it. This is a discovery phase. This is a testing, a sampling, a dipping my toe in the hot lava kind of phase. Or the water, I guess. Okay? It's not about mastery. It's not about long-term commitments yet. Approach it like an experiment. Okay? It's okay that, with the princess, it's okay to fail. It's okay to not know what you're doing yet. You're just saying yes to something and you're going to go sample it. You're going to try it. Try it one time. Get the goat out of the fence. Let the goat do it once. Okay? Say yes to it one time. This is a spark. Okay? Explore that spark. And I feel like it's going to turn into something big. I feel like at the very least, okay, at the very least, we go into it and we try it out. We say, okay, fine, I'll do it once, and I'll be open to it. I guarantee what's going to happen is you will have some mental, emotional clarity. You'll know that either, nope, it's not for me, or I think with the Lover's card, you're going to say, heck yes, 1,000%, that's for me. Why didn't I do it sooner? But the only thing I can guarantee is that if you allow yourself to experiment with it, go do it one time, you're gonna know if it's for you. This is the card of connection. This is the card of spiritual guidance. Okay? Your nervous system is calming down, and you're trusting in that path. You know that you're being guided here by your authentic self. You're maintaining a balance. You're going to go and you're going to try it, and it's going to be very exciting, and maybe you're going to have some anxiety, but you're going to go and you're going to do it once, and then you're going to go home and you're going to calm down. And you're going to feel in your mind and in your heart whether this is real, whether this is true, whether or not you wish to continue with this path. I feel like your star is calling to you. Okay? And you're not going to know, you're not going to have that certainty until you go and you try it one time. This card is asking for your faith. Your authentic self is saying, please trust me. Have faith in me and just go do it one time and you'll see the light. Okay? Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. And you know what? A really big shout out to everybody that's doing the super thanks. A lot of those have been coming in lately, and they're so appreciated. They really are you blessing this channel, and I feel so inspired by that. I feel supported, and I really, truly thank you. Yeah, I really, really do. So now on the path of the serpent, what we have is the lovers. Okay, the 1,000% heck yes. You're choosing this. Okay, with all of your being, you're choosing it, and you're putting in the work. Three of Pentacles, work. If you commit to this and you put in the work, you will achieve success, and this will pay you off, this will pay you back, this will pay out long term. Okay? That's the realization. But first you got to just force yourself to go do it one time, just one time, Cancer, and you'll see the light. Your commitment plus your hard work, right, is going to lead to success. It's going to lead to a payout. And then guess what? You keep doing that. The 3 and the 6 gives you the 9. Do a 3, do a 6. Put in the work, get the win. Put in the work, get the win. Put in the work, get the win. And you're getting on down the road of that success. You're going to see progress. You're going to see long-term success and long-term progress here. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. What do we think it's going to be? Chariot, right? It's got to be the Chariot. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. The Page of Cups. The Page and the Princess, right? They're both pages. dipping your toe in the water, allowing your heart to just say, okay, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to take an emotional, creative, energetic risk. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to dip my toe in. I'm going to be open to it. I feel like I want to do it. I know I want to, but I'm scared, nervous, anxious. I'm just going to try it. So this is, a very strong confirmation that you need to go at least do it once. See how you like it. And I feel like then you're going to want to commit to it. You're going to want to do it again and again and again and again. Yeah. What we're going to do is an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Cancer on Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.